All right, you guys. The first couple of videos, what I did was I basically explained what a Hexayurt is, why I'm building one for Burning Man, and all that good stuff. Again, to repeat, the H12, which uses 12 pieces of this material, is the most popular model, and that's what I pictured in previous videos. I'm building the H15, and what that means is I'm going to use 3 additional 4x8 wall pieces of material, and I'm going to chop them down into 2x8 pieces. And what these pieces are is they're effectively going to heighten my yurt to a 6-foot standing room all the way around. Most traditional yurts have a 4-foot wall all the way around, and then the roof comes to 8 feet, I believe. My yurt is going to be 6 foot all the way around. I'm 6 foot tall, so I'm going to be able to stand up and walk all the way to all the edges without hitting my head or having to stoop. And then in addition to that, the peak will rise up to 10 feet. The 12 roof triangles are going to go up to 12 feet. So that's the reasoning behind me doing this. It's only 3 extra pieces of material, and I'm building a mock-up that you guys who have been following me through this of what I'm going to be doing on the playa, and I've scaled it down here to inches versus feet. So the great thing about the Hexayurt, number one, it's reusable. It's a place for you to party, place for you to sleep, place for you to chill, but it also compresses down into a 4x8 footprint that will fit on your car or your truck or whatever, in this case my Subaru. But again, the materials that we have so far, we've got 2 pieces of plywood represented here, and then the 15 pieces of building material represented here, already cut up and prepped. I've got 6 2x8 strips, which will be my wall additions. I've got 12 roof pieces, which are these triangles, which were again cut out of the same material, just like this. This is what they started as, but 12 pieces here, and then 6 wall pieces that are just the original material. So there's 0 waste, except for when I was cutting and prepping the material, a couple little pieces fall off here and there, but I did that with a utility knife. When we build the actual yurt, I'm going to have plenty of extra blades, because I think you only get 2 or 3 cuts on this material before you start tearing at the material versus cutting it. So that's where we're at right now. Everything is prepped. One last step before we start actually assembling this, you guys, is I'm going to reinforce the edges. In another video, I may or may not have said it, but I wasn't going to do it because it was a scale model, but this is an important step and I need the practice. So what we're going to do is reinforce these triangles just a little bit in on this side, but this short side, and then over, and then especially this one here. We're going to reinforce this. On the actual build, we're going to use 2-inch foil tape. But for here, we're just going to use some masking tape as I build it up. And if you guys are wondering why we're doing this, it's to protect it as you move it around so it doesn't bang on stuff. But if you're wondering why we don't seal the whole entire triangle instead of just here, the portion of the hypotenuse, the entire base, and then this leg here, why aren't we doing it here? Because as we assemble the roof, this is where the tape joints are going to be. So there's going to be tape here holding this together. So we're doing the foil to reinforce, and then this would actually be exposed. So we don't want any moop out on the playa, and we want to protect our building materials since we're going to spend over $400 putting this thing together. So that's where we're at. I'm going to reinforce these pieces, and I'll come back and I'll catch you on the next video.